What's the deal, YouTube family? Charmente in the building. Stage name is Eastside Legend. Twisting up right now. Y'all know what I do. Like the little Ed Hardy, sponsored by Ed Hardy. But yeah, man, one of my favorite groups, man, from the 90s, gotta be Kid and Play. Like, I ain't gonna say they music, like I wasn't a big fan of their music. Cause when I heard their album, like, I'm gonna keep it real, it was trash when I heard the Kid and Play album. But I like them. I like them for their movies though, like the Kid and Play movies, man. The house parties, the class acts. Yeah, you can't even lie. Like, them movies was classics. Like if you was born in the '90s, dog, you was watching Kid and Play. You know what I'm saying? But like in the '90s, we had groups like NWA. You know what I'm saying? And we had other groups too, like Death Row and all that stuff. But people ain't like them gangster rappers. They ain't really mess with Kid and Play like that, cause they thought Kid and Play was like kind of corny. They thought Kid and Play was kind of soft. You know what I'm trying to say? But see, Kid and Play, they fit in the same category as Will Smith, cause they had the same type of music. Think about it. They ain't really cuss that much. They didn't really disrespect women. They didn't really talk about guns and stuff. They ain't talk about drugs like that. So that's why I call it happy rap. I ain't saying nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying at the time it wasn't really popular no more. Like, I think happy rap was popular like in the 80s, probably the 70s, the 80s, but like by the time the 90s came, I guess it was cool to be hardcore. You know what I'm saying? So, cause I know the Rough Riders, man, the Locks, they took over Death Row. Those groups took over the 90s, man. But Kid and Play, like, my favorite movie was House Party. That was my favorite movie. I like Class Act too, but I think House Party was better. House Party was better because they had Robin Harris on there, and it just was more fun. It was like a little more relatable. I think Class Act was like some made up shit. It was kind of watered down a little bit. You can tell somebody came up with that script. They wasn't really serious about the script. They just kind of rushed and put a script together because Kid and Play was popular at the time. But I don't think Class Act was better than House Party. I feel good. Take that jacket off. Now I was looking on YouTube. I seen that Kid and Play, they had a cartoon out in the 90s. Like, I don't know if it was. I mean, I seen like 3 minutes of it, and it was terrible. Like, I can see why they canceled that show. It was terrible. Like, I don't know who wrote that or came up with the idea, but it wasn't good at all. Like, if you gonna come out with a cartoon, a black cartoon, you gotta talk to the right people. You gotta have But yeah, I've been messing with Kid and Play for a minute. I remember when Kid had a guest appearance on Martin, and it was like the gayest. It was one of the gayest episodes on Martin. But Martin, it was always gay stuff on Martin, but that episode was like one of the gayest. You know what I'm saying? Because Shanae was just so happy to see Kid. Like, I think Martin would have been better if he didn't put on the dress. But see, I already know they always do that with black men in Hollywood, make them put on the dress, because the Europeans, like, they think seeing black men in the dress is funny. You know what I'm saying? It's not funny to us, but it's funny to them. Because you got to think about it. It wasn't our idea to put on the dress. But of course, they gonna do it because they desperate for the money. Now, personally, I wouldn't do it, but I can see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, they desperate for the money, so they gonna put on the dress. You know what I'm saying? They don't care. You know? Because you got to think about it. Somebody did it before them, so it's like they just following the trend. It's not like they the first one to put on the dress. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with House Party. Like, my favorite House Party was the first one, but if you pay attention to like after the second House Party, that's when Immature took over Marcus Houston little group. Like, they fucked the movie up. You know what I'm saying? Because Immature, they start fucking the movie up, man. They start doing gay shit, and they jokes, like, it was corny. Like, they didn't bring their A game. You know what I mean? That shit was kind of garbage. And then they music, like, when you listen to the music on the on House Party 4, you know, that shit was like garbage. Like, ain't nobody hear that shit. It was some gay shit to me, man. I wasn't feeling it. And I can see why nobody really don't like House Party 3 or 4. Because, I mean, it wasn't that good. Like, once Kid and Play left, it shouldn't even been called House Party no more. I feel the same thing. I feel the same way about Belly. Because we all know Nas was on Belly. Nas and DMX. Now, here come 2006, 2007. The rapper The Game, he come out with a Belly Part 2. And we all know that The Game, he can't really act. You know what I'm saying? So when it came to that movie, it was garbage. That shit was garbage, man. They shouldn't even named it Belly. Like, why would you name it Belly? It didn't have nothing to do with the first Belly. Like, they had different characters. Like, you can tell they just rushed and kind of did that movie. You know what I'm saying? Because that was his first movie anyway. So they was kind of rushing. You know what I'm saying? They was rushing. And sometimes when you rush and do a movie, you don't have a solid script. So they just ad-libbing. You know, they just basically doing what they want to do with the movie, saying what they want to say, like it's a regular interview or something. But Belly 2 was fucking trash. But back to Kid and Play. They music, man, out of 10, I get a music like a 7. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not all good and it wasn't all bad. You know what I mean? But I get a music like a 7. I was just glad they didn't put Kid and Play in the dress. Like, when you watch House Party, I never really seen Kid and Play in the dress. You know what I'm saying? Now they probably did some gay shit, but I ain't never see them in the dress. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the big part of reasons why I fuck with the first house party. Yeah. But when you see these coons like Chris Rock and all these other clowns, Martin Lawrence, don't get me twisted. I like Martin Lawrence a lot because I think Martin is funnier than Chris Rock. But them niggas coons because they had to stoop down, like go against their morals. You know what I'm saying? Like a grown man, he ain't gonna put on no dress. It don't matter how much money you give him, he gonna say no. But you see, like when you in the entertainment, man, when you in the entertainment industry, man, 9 times out of 10 you dealing with yes man. Ain't nobody gonna really come out and say no. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time they gonna say yes. Because you dealing with yes men. That's what I like about Kid and Play though, because they didn't put on the dress. You know what I'm saying? And the first 2 house party was pretty good. The music was good, it was on point. They had TLC in it, Bernie Mac. I think they had Chris Tucker in one of them. It was, it was getting better. Rest in peace to Robin Harris though, because he made that movie. He made that movie way better than it was. Like without Robin Harris, that movie wouldn't have been funny as it was. Cause he the only one that brought the comedy to the table. Cause Kid and Play, they not funny. I mean, they can act, but they not funny. You get what I'm saying? So Robin Harris, he was the only one to bring comedy to the table when you watch House Party. So, and Class Act, that was pretty good too. But like I say, they had Baby Girl on there from Boys in the Hood. Yup. I don't know her name, but I know she played Ricky's girlfriend. She was on there. Yup. And like I say, it was kind of similar to House Party a little bit, but they was more in school, and they like traded roles or whatever. Everybody seen it. It was all right, but I ain't really got too much to say about Kid and Play, man, because like I told you, they music, it wasn't that good. They movies was good though. That's about it, man, for real. They still living to this day, I believe so. But yeah, the cartoon, that shit was garbage though. I wouldn't watch it. I wouldn't even let my son watch it because it was garbage. But other than that, Kid and Play was smooth though, man. They did their thing. They made an impact. You know what I'm saying? But on to the next video. Comment on my video. Give me some ideas. I think next video I'm gonna probably do Clifton Powell, my man's from Menace to the Society, who they call Chauncey. I think I'm gonna do a video about my nigga Clifton Powell. But yeah, definitely go watch House Party. Go watch Class Act, man. Go listen to Kid and Play album too. Let me know if I'm wrong. Like, let me know, is that album dope or nope? You know what I'm saying? Because I think it's a nope. So go tap in, like, comment, subscribe. Eastside Legend. I'm out. About to twist this up. It's already twisted up, but